Dana White has responded and said he was surprised given his thoughts on the Jake Paul-Mike Tyson fight that happened on Friday evening.
Just one final one I do have to ask you about. Your friend Mike Tyson tweeted that he almost died over the summer. He said, he had a bunch of blood transfusions, just had to fight to get healthy, and then his performance yesterday against Jake Paul. Just your thoughts on what we saw.
Mike Tyson was right, and I was wrong. You guys know the whole story about Shark Week, and if you don't, I begged him not to do the Roy Jones fight. You're too old. I love you. I don't want to see you take any more punishment. So I set him up on Shark Week. He got paid good money, and he's like, you fucking. So he almost flipped out the last day and was ready to kill everybody on the boat because he had to jump in with all these sharks again in the middle of Florida. And he's like, this fucking asshole says that he cares about me and everything else. I've been fighting since I was 12, and he throws me in the fucking ocean with a bunch of sharks. He was right about that too. But he basically said, I told him, Mike, you're basically 60 years old. And he's like, you honestly think this fucking kid's going to do anything to me?
Jake Paul already taking shots back at Dana White, saying crazy that we did a bigger gate than ever in UFC history. And the company's 30 years old. Biggest attendance of Mike Tyson's career. Biggest viewership of Mike Tyson's career. Biggest gate of Mike Tyson's career outside of Vegas. Biggest combat sport gate in U.S. combat history outside Las Vegas. Paul Tyson. It seems that Dana White doesn't even think Jake Paul was taking it easy. He said that he couldn't do anything to him. He was grilling him in his pre-fight press conference at his UFC
Can knock
event.
me out. He's not going to do this. And you saw him. He tripped when he was walking down the thing. He had a hard time walking up the stairs. He had a knee brace on. And Jake Paul couldn't do anything to him. He made a ton of money, and I know people are mad. You stayed home on a Saturday night, but you didn't pay for it. You know what I mean? And, Mike, this is what Mike Tyson, when Mike Tyson shows up, everybody makes money, Jake Paul is fucking, I don't have to tell you guys, you guys know, Mike Tyson is the A+++ side of that thing. And he was right. Jake Paul couldn't do shit to him. So he was right and I was wrong.
Jake Paul already crossed his short career. He's had beef with Dana White non-stop, and he had to sneak into a venue because apparently he is banned from all of them. But he has a problem with the fighter pay, and he's always calling out for $1 billion company to pay the fighters on the roster more.
You were at the Sphere event back in September. You went in disguise.
I'm about to sneak in to the Sphere. 2 years ago, I was banned from all UFC events by Dana White.
Dana said he wasn't sure why you went in disguise because you're more than welcome at UFC events.
Jake was banned from all UFC events and then put the costume on.
Yeah, nobody's banned from the UFC. Listen, that kid knows how to market and do his thing, and all that good shit. But yeah, no, Jake Paul's welcome to come to UFC.
Yeah, no, he's just saying that to make it seem like I wasn't banned, but definitely has sent an email to me saying I'm trespassed from all UFC events and I'm not welcome back, etc. Of course, Dana doing what he does best, which is lie.
Dana White, like most people's thoughts on this, are just happy that Mike Tyson didn't take any severe damage in that fight. It seemed like an exhibition towards the end of it. And like I said in my last videos, although Dana said that he couldn't do anything to him, I think Jake was hesitant to pull the trigger because he had an old man in front of him. And unfortunately, Father Time catches up with everyone, and Mike Tyson didn't have enough to take out Jake
So
Paul.
when you see some of these crossover fights, obviously I know that you and Jake Paul have had your disagreements. Do you think that Jake's gotten better as a boxer?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. And listen, what Jake Paul has accomplished is he's fighting old guys.
Yes.
He's fighting, all he fights are old guys and whatever. But listen, say what you want, he wins. And he makes money. So he's doing his thing,
You just don't see it as a sustainable thing.
He fought Tommy Fury and lost. Where's that rematch?
I don't know where it's at. I know he's fighting a 57-year-old champ now. What's
58.
58. Don't want to take a year away from you, Mike.
He's fighting a guy that's almost 60 years old. And you know what I mean? I mean, that says it all. There's nothing else that needs to be said. That's his shtick. That's his thing. He fights guys that are old, usually undersized guys, older, undersized guys. But he's fighting Tyson here, and Him and Tyson are going to make a shitload of money.
A bunch of money.
And good for both of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Good for both of them. Like I say, Jake Paul can fight. It's not like Jake Paul can't fight.
Yeah.
Jake Paul just won't fight anybody.
Listen, I get onto Jake Paul and he's biggest hater on a lot of things, but he offered Tommy Fury the rematch. Tommy didn't take it. He was demanding ridiculous amounts of money, so Mike Tyson took that Netflix deal instead. MVP Updates had said, there are people who will tell you that Mike Tyson, Silva, Woodley, Diaz, Askren and Perry have all rigged fights and part of corrupt bouts, with Jake Paul and Tommy Fury is the one person who didn't because he has morals. Think about that. Talking about the difference between Tommy Fury and all them legends who would rig it.
That's where I applaud the UFC and what they've done for MMA as a sport, and their promotion, production, all of their shit is amazing. Like, people think I
UFC's
hate...
dope.
The best.
Yeah, no, people think I hate the
So
UFC.
sick.
I don't.
I think Dana's hurt by you. I don't know if he's hurt. I love Dana.
Yeah, but also, like, I
have to
didn't...
bow down
Dana's
to
the
the
best
Godfather.
guy.
But,
Yeah,
but that's
he
what I'm
is.
saying. But, like, I also have a lot of respect for, like, his RNC speech, bro, was amazing. Like, we agree on so many things, and I think he has a great side of him, and I'm sure we'd be friends maybe in this life, maybe in a different life. I just want fighters to get paid more. That's it.
How do fighters get paid right now? What's like the base minimum?
$12,000 a fight. So, like, even if they fought 4 times a year, that's not enough
Yeah,
to
but you
support
also
their
get
family.
the purse too if you have the fight of the night. This in the beginning stages when you first sign up. It's all
There's
on
like
you too.
there's bonuses, of course, yeah.
I mean, it's obvious Jake Paul breaking all them records is a massive help from Netflix. It's literally free on Netflix and so many people have it, so it was just convenient to watch. Anyone who puts on a free fight will make a ton of viewership in that battle. He said 60 million households tuned in for Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, with nearly 50 million for the undercard Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor during Netflix and Most Valuable Promotions mega event. People was obviously worried about Mike Tyson's health, and he put up a tweet even saying after, "This is one of those situations where you lost but still won. I'm grateful for last night. No regrets to get in the ring one last time. I almost died in June, had 8 blood transfusions, lost half my blood and 25 pounds in hospital, and I had to get healthy to fight, so I won. To have my children see me stand toe to toe and finish 8 rounds with a talented fighter half my age in front of a packed Dallas Cowboy Stadium is an experience no man has the right to ask for. Thank you. What a legend still getting in the ring. This is what happened to him." When you watch this video, you're going to have 10 times more respect for Mike Tyson despite him losing to Jake Paul. A couple months before, this guy was in hospital getting told by the doctors that he may not make it. Yeah, there was a chance he was going to die literally a couple of months ago. He had a flare-up with a serious ulcer, but said he would rather die in the ring than a hospital bed, and he's going to make it his mission to get healthy, get in shape, and also fight Jake Paul. So the real winner of that fight was Mike Tyson. Beating Jake Paul was just a bonus. It was about him getting healthy and becoming himself again. And if you guys respect that in this man, make sure you're subscribed to this channel because we got more content coming soon.